Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you came in, or stared at a familiar face and struggled to remember their name? It starts small: a missed appointment, a misplaced word, a growing fog in your mind. At first, you call it normal aging, but deep down, something doesn't feel right. Millions of seniors experience these quiet, creeping moments, and what's truly terrifying is that some of the most trusted medications in your cabinet could be silently accelerating it. Not just memory loss, but full-blown cognitive decline. This isn't fear-mongering, it's what the science is screaming, and yet no one is talking about it. In this video, we'll expose 9 common medications, many over-the-counter, now linked to rapid dementia. And at the very end, I'll reveal 3 natural brain-saving foods that could help protect your mind starting today. Watch until the end, because the number 1 drug on this list is something millions take every day, and its impact will shock you. Your future self will thank you. We've been told that memory loss is just a part of aging, that forgetting names, losing words, or feeling mentally foggy is something we just have to accept. But that's a lie millions have been quietly living with. The truth: age alone doesn't cause dementia. New research shows that certain medications, yes, even the ones your doctor prescribed with good intentions, can interfere with key brain chemicals like acetylcholine, which is essential for memory, focus, and learning. The result: your brain literally under chemical attack, slowly shrinking connections, breaking down memory, fading faster than it should. What's worse, these drugs don't come with loud warnings. They don't say, "Caution may cause permanent brain damage." Instead, they promise sleep calm, allergy relief, or heart protection, while quietly trading off your mental clarity. This video isn't about fear, it's about power. Because once you know what's harming your brain, you can choose to protect it. Stay with me, because as we count down the list of these 9 medications, each one comes with a wake-up call. And the last one could change how you see your entire medicine cabinet. Shall we begin? 9. First-generation antihistamines, the silent memory blockers. It starts with a sniffle, maybe allergies, maybe trouble sleeping. You reach for an over-the-counter pill you've trusted for years. Benadryl, Tylenol, PM, or some nighttime cold medicine. It calms you, knocks you out. Problem solved, right? Wrong. These pills contain diphenhydramine, a first-generation antihistamine with strong anticholinergic effects. That means it blocks acetylcholine, a critical chemical your brain needs for memory, focus, and learning. And here's the brutal truth. A major study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors who use strong anticholinergics daily had a 54% higher risk of dementia even if they stopped taking them years later. It doesn't feel dangerous. You just feel a little foggy. Then you start forgetting names, then appointments, then why you walked into the room. This isn't aging. This is chemical erosion of your mind. What to do? Check your medicine cabinet. If it says diphenhydramine, chlorpheniramine, or doxylamine, put it aside. Talk to your doctor about non-anticholinergic alternatives for allergies or sleep. Your brain deserves better. 8. Benzodiazepines, the calm that steals your clarity. It begins with stress. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe sleep won't come. Maybe the anxiety won't let go. Your doctor gives you something to help: Xanax, Ativan, Valium, Klonopin. Just a little pill to calm your nerves. And at first it works. You finally sleep. You finally breathe. But your brain, it's starting to pay the price. These medications called benzodiazepines increase a neurotransmitter called GABA, which slows brain activity to create calm. But over time, that calm becomes a fog. Thoughts feel heavy. Conversations are harder to follow. Memories, even the important ones, start slipping through your fingers. A study published in the BMJ found that just 3 months of use was linked to a 51% increased risk of Alzheimer's. What's worse, many seniors take these drugs for years not knowing the toll. They think the sleepiness, the forgetfulness, the confusion is just getting older. What to do? If you've been on any benzo longer than a few weeks, don't stop suddenly, but do talk to your doctor about tapering off safely. Ask about non-drug alternatives for sleep and anxiety. There is a way back to mental clarity. 7. Proton pump inhibitors, heartburn relief with a hidden cost. You take it after dinner. A little purple pill to stop the burning in your chest. Nexium, Prilosec, Omeprazole, Pantoprazole, they're lifesavers for acid reflux. But while they soothe your stomach, they may be starving your brain. These drugs are called proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, and millions of seniors take them daily, often for years. The danger PPIs reduce stomach acid so much that they block the absorption of vital nutrients like vitamin B12 and magnesium, both essential for brain function and memory. A massive German study of over 73,000 seniors found that regular PPI use was linked to a 44% increased risk of dementia. It doesn't feel like brain damage. You just notice you're more forgetful after meals, a little slower in conversations, but inside your neurons may be struggling without the fuel they need. What to do? If you've been using PPIs for more than a few weeks, ask your doctor. Do I still need this daily? Can I try lifestyle changes or reduce the dose? Should I check my B12 or magnesium levels? Don't let your brain become collateral damage in the fight against heartburn. 6. Antipsychotics, the drugs that can erase who you are. Sometimes things get hard. A loved one with dementia becomes agitated. You feel out of control. The doctor prescribes something to calm them down, Risperdal, Seroquel, Zyprexa. And for a while it works. They seem quieter, less aggressive. But over time they also become less themselves. Not just calmer, duller. Flat, detached, like a light inside is slowly dimming. These are antipsychotic medications and they work by altering brain chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, the same chemicals that govern emotion, motivation, and memory. They don't just calm behavior, they can suppress brain activity itself. The FDA has issued a black box warning. In elderly patients with dementia, these drugs increase the risk of death. And even in seniors without dementia, long-term use has been linked to cognitive decline, sedation, and loss of independence. What to do? Ask your doctor. Why was this medication prescribed? Is there a non-drug approach like music therapy, structured routines, or caregiver support? Because sometimes the drug meant to quiet the mind slowly silences the person. 5. Z drugs, the sleep that steals your mind. You lie awake at 2 a.m. The house is quiet, but your thoughts won't stop. So you reach for that little white pill, Ambien Lunesta Sonata, the so-called safer sleep aids. You take it. You drift off. Problem solved. Not quite. These drugs known as Z drugs don't mimic natural sleep. They sedate your brain into unconsciousness, yes. But they disrupt the deep sleep cycles your brain needs to form memories and restore itself. That's why over time you wake up feeling foggy. You forget where you put things. You start stumbling over simple tasks. And you wonder, am I just getting old? But the truth is chilling. A major study in the British Medical Journal found that seniors taking Z drugs had a significantly higher risk of dementia and falls. What to do? If you're relying on sleep aids more than once or twice a week, your brain is paying the price. Talk to your doctor about tapering off slowly. Explore natural sleep strategies. No screens before bed, magnesium or melatonin. Relaxation techniques like breathing or gentle stretching. Because real sleep heals, fake sleep steals. 4. Tricyclic antidepressants. The mood lifters that can muffle your mind. You're feeling low, maybe isolated, maybe grieving. Your doctor wants to help and prescribes an older antidepressant, amitriptyline, doxepin, nortriptyline. It helps you sleep. It eases the heaviness, but over time something else starts to change. You forget what you were saying mid-sentence. You start reading a page twice and still don't absorb it. You feel slower, like your brain is wading through fog. These are tricyclic antidepressants, and while they've helped many in the past, they come with a hidden danger. They're strong anticholinergic agents, meaning they block acetylcholine, the same brain chemical essential for memory, focus, and clear thinking. A 2015 study in JAMA found a dose-dependent link between these drugs and dementia. The longer you take them, the higher your risk. The cruel irony. You may have started these pills to feel more mentally stable, but they may be quietly dismantling your mental clarity. What to do? If you're taking a tricyclic antidepressant, ask your doctor. Is there a newer, safer option? Could your symptoms be from the drug itself? You deserve peace of mind, not pills that take your mind away. 3. Bladder medications regaining control, but losing clarity. It's embarrassing. You feel the urge suddenly. You worry about leaking. You start avoiding long walks, social events, even laughter. So the doctor prescribes oxybutynin, tolterodine, or solifenacin medications to calm an overactive bladder. And yes, the urgency fades, the anxiety lessens, but slowly, so does your mental sharpness. These drugs, often marketed for convenience, are also potent anticholinergics. They suppress acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter your brain needs to remember to reason to function. In a study from UCSF, seniors on these medications had smaller brain volumes and performed worse on memory tests than those who didn't take them. The scariest part, you might never suspect the connection between your bladder pill and your growing confusion. You feel more distracted, you forget appointments, you lose track of time, and you wonder, is this just age catching up? Maybe not. What to do if you're using bladder meds, ask. Are there non-drug strategies like pelvic floor exercises or diet changes? Is there a newer medication with less cognitive risk? Because protecting your dignity shouldn't come at the cost of your memory. 2. Statins, heart helpers. That may hurt the brain. Your doctor says your cholesterol is high. You worry about strokes, heart attacks, so you start taking statins, Lipitor, Zocor, Crestor. They're among the most prescribed drugs for seniors. And yes, they save lives. But for some, they may also be quietly clouding the mind. Statins lower cholesterol, but your brain actually needs a certain amount of cholesterol to function. It uses cholesterol to build neurons, protect nerve connections, and make neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine critical for memory and mood. Some people on statins report mental fog, forgetfulness, trouble concentrating. A study in pharmacotherapy found that 75% of patients who experienced memory problems improved after stopping the drug. This doesn't mean statins are evil, but it does mean they may not be right for everyone, especially if memory decline begins after starting them. What to do? If you're on statins and noticing mental changes, talk to your doctor. Ask about dosage adjustments, switching to a different statin, non-drug methods to lower cholesterol, diet, exercise, supplements. Your heart matters, but so does your mind. 1. Anticholinergic combos, the perfect storm for brain decline. This one is the most dangerous, not because it's rare, but because it's everywhere. You might be taking it without even knowing. A cold medicine, a sleep aid, a muscle relaxant, each seems harmless on its own, but together they become a cognitive time bomb. These are anticholinergic combination medications, drugs that contain multiple ingredients with brain-blocking effects. Individually, each one chips away at your acetylcholine levels, but combined, they drain your brain's chemical lifeline. A 10-year study tracking over 400 seniors found that those with high cumulative exposure to these drugs had a 54% higher risk of dementia, even if they stopped taking them years earlier. And the scariest part, these combinations show up in everything from nighttime cold syrups to nausea pills and muscle relaxers. You might be stacking these drugs unknowingly, day after day. What to do? Review every medication you take, even over the counter. Look for names like diphenhydramine, scopolamine, cyclobenzaprine. Ask your doctor or pharmacist, am I taking multiple anticholinergic drugs at once? This is the danger hiding in plain sight. But now you see it, and soon you'll know exactly what to do about it. You don't need a full lifestyle overhaul to protect your brain. You just need a few small, smart habits repeated every day to make a real difference. Let's walk through a simple day built to nourish your memory, your focus, and your future. Morning. Start clear. Stay clear. As you wake up, begin with a glass of water. Hydration is the brain's first request. At breakfast, skip the sugary cereal and instead add a handful of blueberries to your oatmeal or yogurt. These brain berries are rich in antioxidants that help slow brain aging and boost memory. If your doctor agrees, take vitamin B12 and magnesium, especially if you've used acid reducers. These nutrients help your nerves fire properly and keep your thinking sharp. Finish your morning with a short walk, even just 10 minutes. It gets your blood flowing and wakes up your brain better than coffee. Afternoon. Feed your focus. At lunch, include a serving of leafy greens, spinach, kale, or collards. These are packed with folate and vitamin K nutrients shown to support memory and delay cognitive decline. As the day continues, give your brain something to chew on. Read an article. Do a crossword. Try a memory game. Your mind is a muscle. The more you use it, the more it thrives. And don't forget to drink water. Even mild dehydration can make you feel foggy or tired. Evening. Sleep without sedation. For dinner, make room for fatty fish like salmon or sardines at least twice a week. They're full of omega-3s, essential fats that protect brain cells and reduce inflammation. As the evening winds down, resist the urge to reach for a sleeping pill. Instead, dim the lights, turn off screens, sip a calming tea like chamomile or lemon balm. Stretch, breathe. Let your body ease into rest without chemicals that could dull your mind. No need to be perfect. Just one blueberry, one leafy green one, walk, one better night of sleep. They all add up. Your brain remembers how you treat it. Every day is a chance to protect it, to heal it, to keep it yours. If you've made it this far, you've already done something powerful. You've chosen awareness over silence, prevention over regret. Now it's time to take the next step, not out of fear but out of love. Love for your memories, love for your independence, love for the people who count on you still being you. Because dementia doesn't strike overnight. It creeps in pills we trust, habits we ignore, and choices we delay. But it can also be pushed back with information, intention, and action. Here's what you can do starting today. Review your medications. Ask your doctor, are any of these anticholinergic? Watch for early signs, forgetfulness, confusion, grogginess, and don't dismiss them. Swap risky pills for better sleep, better nutrition, and safer alternatives. Feed your brain with real food, daily movement, and moments of challenge. And above all, just 5 minutes a day, that's all it takes to begin changing your brain's future. One small shift, one new habit, one question asked. Because your brain is not just an organ, it's your story, your laughter, your wisdom, your memories, and you have the power to protect it. So will you? If this video moved you, please like, comment, and share it with someone you love. You might just help them save their mind before it's too late. We're in this together, and your journey to a sharper, safer, stronger brain starts now.